Really a two-part putt.
Yeah, left to right all the way.
Bobbled early coming out. Will it have an effect on the speed?
Oh,
this could be good. His caddy Adam Hayes helped him read this.
So smart to get behind it too.
How about making it? Yes! Incredible!
Not a bad way to get your first win, right? With that putt, Jon Rahm became just the second player to ever win the Farmers Insurance Open with the eagle on the final hole. The first, Tiger Woods way back in 1999. Rahm put his foot on the gas pedal on the back nine, shooting a 36 under on his final nine to win the tournament by 3 strokes. There were 9 players with at least a share of the lead on Sunday in the final round, but in the end, Charles Howell III and C.T. Pan finished second place at 10 under par. Yes, Tiger missed the cut, and it wasn't even really that close, but if there's any silver lining, it's that Jason Day, Dustin Johnson, Ricky Fowler, a whole bunch of guys missed the cut too. So obviously it was playing tough, but nonetheless, not the Tiger we were hoping to see. Alright, they showed this clip on Sunday during the broadcast, and I laughed and I laughed. So here it is. I'm not even going to provide any context. I'm just going to leave it there. Now, another thing that came up this week that I'd really rather not get into, but I will briefly. I kind of thought I'd heard the last of Bernard Longer, but his name was trumped up again this week, and if you don't know the story, go check it out yourself. But all around, just a very weird, unfortunate story. I'll leave it at that. Okay, back to reality. Phil Mickelson, just over 6 weeks off a hernia surgery, is getting set to play his 3rd of 5 straight weeks on the PGA Tour this week at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Now, it may look as though Phil is taking a page out of Tiger's book with the multiple events. However, Phil is much further along in his progression than Tiger is, making the cut last weekend and actually having an outside chance on Sunday. On the European Tour, Sergio Garcia finally gave in to a persistent fan this week. Mark Johnson, a self-proclaimed Sergio Garcia fanatic, messaged Sergio on Twitter 205 days in a row, asking him to be his caddy. Finally, on the 206th day, Sergio answered. On Wednesday, September 27th, Mark will caddy for Sergio at the Pro-Am ahead of the British Masters. See, kids, persistence does pay off. Okay, all in all, not a good week for the big cat. His swing looked like he was protecting his back quite a bit in the cold, in the wind. His short game was pretty good, but he had to rely on it just way too much. And all in all, he really didn't seem too bothered by it all, which is very different for Tiger. Seems as though there's a different Tiger out there. How that translates to his game remains to be seen, but definitely a different Tiger Woods out there on the course. He did show some signs of positivity, though, and some signs of progression, and we will hope that progression continues this week in Dubai, a place he has won twice. But you kind of got to figure a 17-hour flight is not the best thing for Tiger's back right now. So he's reportedly getting paid $1.5 million just to show up. That's probably the only reason he's actually showing up. Probably be better for him to stay and play in Phoenix this week. He's actually concerned about making his game better. But I digress. I wouldn't be turning down a Mill 5, but we'll see how he does. Hopefully he can at least make the cut. Didn't leave his game with him back in America. One of the positives emerging from last week at the Farmers Insurance Open was that Tiger may not have played well, but he still moves the needle. Round 1 ratings were up 109% over last year's round 1, and it was the highest first round on the PGA Tour since the 2015 Players' Championship. So at least there's that. Tiger also made some equipment announcements last week, unveiling his TaylorMade M2 driver, combining the woods with the irons, announcing he will be playing basically a full set, except for the putter and wedges, of TaylorMade. However, the woods and the driver were in the bag, but the irons remains to be seen when he's actually going to get those in. He only played one event, or was only scheduled to play one event in March, so it's not likely he's going to have his TaylorMade irons ready before the Masters, something that TaylorMade is probably not too happy about, that he still has the Nike sticks in the bag. But even when you look at his TaylorMade picture that TaylorMade put out, still wearing a Nike shirt in that picture, so I mean, how upset can they really be? It's Tiger Woods, they have him, deal with it. Tiger will take next week off and then return to the PGA Tour the following week at Riviera for the Genesis Open. Okay, one of the tour's most fun events for the fans and the players is back this week, the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Okay, maybe not the best name, but trust me, it's a fun event, especially the 16th hole where they're expected to get around 20,000 spectators just on the one hole. Last year for the week, they had over 600,000 spectators. After a late Ricky Fowler collapse in last year's event, Hideki Matsuyama would go on to win the playoff, resulting in some Fowler tears. But Hideki has a history of strong finishes in this event. The last 3 times he's played, he's finished 4th, 2nd, and 1st. I have a feeling you'll be seeing him in a few minutes in my appearance. The field contains 5 Canadians, with Adam Hadwin in the best form, the most likely Canadian to make a run at a win. And the field also includes the likes of Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, Matsuyama, as mentioned, Bubba Watson, Phil Mickelson. There's a whole slew of great players in this one. It's going to be really exciting to watch. So without further ado, here are my picks for the week. Number 5, Brendan Steele. Number 4, Pat Perez. Number 3, Brandt Snedeker. Number 2, with 2 wins in his last 2 starts, Justin Thomas. And at number 1, I hinted at earlier, I'm going back to the well, Hideki Matsuyama. Alright, that is it for another episode of Teeing Off. Thank you so much for watching. Here's hoping Tiger makes some good strides in Dubai. Enjoy the raucous crowds at the Waste Management. It's Super Bowl weekend. Have fun. Stay safe. I'm McCullough, and I'll see you next week.